Hi, Lisa Montgomery with Systems Contractor News here at InfoComm 2023. We're at the Jupiter booth with Justin Sean. There's been a lot of excitement here at your booth on day one.
Thanks, Lisa.
Yeah, and you guys have been around for quite some time.
Correct.
Obviously, you've changed your product line and your initiatives to keep up with the market.
A little bit, right?
Yeah,
so let me give you the kind of thumbnail. Jupiter's been around about 43 years now. So we invented the video wall processor back in 1981 and built the company around it. And over the course of that 40 years, we've continued to lead enhancements, right? So we were, not only were we the first video wall processor, we were the first to do AV over IP, we were the first to use Windows. We've been continually kind of driving that boundary farther and farther ahead, right? Our processor line, we just introduced a mobile component of that to now integrate things like, Apple's AR product, Google Glass, as well as your phone or anything kind of remote. So Jupiter's been driving that innovation for our entire history. And one of the things we've done as we've added to our product line, I guess, rather than changed it, is we thought about how do we grow the business? And it really was, we've got an expertise in visual processing. And the natural thing was, let's go a little farther downstream from our processors and build the displays themselves.
Sounds okay.
But we didn't want to build the same display as everybody else is building. So we've got, our CEO spent years in the film business, fell in love with cinema aspect ratio. So now that manufacturing technology is caught up to where we could build these, cinema aspect ratio, which is essentially 21:9 aspect ratio, we launched a line of 21:9 displays for the enterprise. Not only does it complement our processor business, but it gets us into enterprise collaboration and as well as enterprise video conferencing.
Okay, great. So there's been a big buzz about the 21:9
Correct.
display that you have. Can you tell us more about that? How you're making that different from other solutions?
So I think, we launched it a little over 2 years ago.
Okay.
We've been shipping for about 16, 18 months now. We're leading into our third generation of product. So really, we brought this to market. It's not completely new because Hollywood's been doing it for 60 years. But what it is it's a new way for, those of us in the enterprise to actually visually consume the data. And so what we did was let's see, we can manufacture it at a economically reasonable price and then bring it to market. So we really kind of drove it to market thinking about collaboration with it. Because of the ergonomics of the display, the big one is 8 feet wide, it's about 3 feet tall. So you can mount it in such a way that it doesn't matter if you're 5 feet tall or 7 feet tall, you can get to every pixel top and bottom on the display, which is very different than a 86 or 98 inch 16:9 that even me at 6'3" has a hard time reaching the top of. So it kind of brings people into using the technology, right? It's that collaboration equity or conferencing equity that people are talking about these days. It takes them from sitting in their chair and not wanting to engage with the tech to getting up and actually using it because they can use it effectively rather than kind of looking like a fool in front of their peers, jumping up, trying to hit a button that they can't reach. So we came to market with that kind of idea as how do we kind of revolutionize might be a strong word, but evolutionize the where we're going in our displays.
Okay, so is this a display that's bundled with other products?
Yes and no.
Okay.
So we sell exclusively through the channel, both domestically and internationally. So we are a channel company. I was a system integrator before I came here. So we sell the product as a standalone product. It is a, as a display itself, there's not a whole lot of intelligence built into it by design. And we hope our system integrators can add the other components to go with it. But along the way, we've introduced an OPS that allows them to add the compute hardware to it. We've worked with other manufacturers like Barco, like Microsoft, like Jabra, like Crestron, GN.com, Salamander, Cyviz, you name it. We had about 16 of our displays on the floor today here at the show of partners that we've developed relationships with in order to, make it easier for our channel partners. Like the one sitting behind you is a Jupiter, Jabra, Crestron, and Salamander bundle that's a single SKU that allows the SI to say, okay, I've got 10 rooms. I can just pick this SKU and drop it into all 10 of the rooms.
Awesome. So streamlining the workflow.
It simplifies the work for the design engineers, it simplifies the work for the salespeople, and it simplifies the work for the actual operations guys, because now they just buy a SKU and it gets delivered.
Awesome. Okay. So that's one of the big buzz products at your booth, and you've got a few others.
We do.
Pana X is one. And Zavis?
And Zavis,
okay,
correct.
Which one do you want to talk about first?
Let's start with Pana X, because we've been talking about Pana already.
Okay.
So our current generation Pana, which is our second generation of product, has been shipping for about 18 months. It's been in 50 or so big enterprises for about 16 months. So it's been kind of battle tested. It's gone through, that kind of initial cycle and starting to run through the life cycle of the product. And it's performing very well in the market. But for, us as a smaller company, right? We're not a multi-billion-dollar company. To stay ahead, we have to continue to innovate. So Pana X is the next evolution of Pana. So we're married, if for better or worse, to the 21:9 aspect ratio, right? We believe it's a better way to consume the information. And I think the market's kind of proven that, right? So the thought was, how do we make it better? And how do we help our channel and really help our customers? And one of the challenges that we keep hearing about is the whole return to work, reimagining the workforce, right?
Right.
And, there was a story last week, I think at home in the Bay Area, about Google now requiring people to be in the office 3 days a week. Requiring people to be in the office now is very different than requiring people to be in the office 3-4 years ago. It's really hard to do. They'll jump ship unless they're making a ton of money. So part of it is enticing them to come back into the office rather than requiring them to come back in the office. And, to be crude about it, it's like giving them new toys to play with. So it makes it worth their while to actually come into the office.
Interesting. Okay.
So better efficiency in the collaboration, like we're seeing with like the Teams room behind us, or cooler devices. And the Pana X is just a better visual quality device. We took what you would expect in your home theater, high-end home theater LCD, and are bringing it to the enterprise with all of the enterprise features you expect.
Yeah. So a more dynamic work environment than they've
significantly
ever seen.
more dynamic.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's OLED quality in an enterprise display with LCD, all the benefits of LCD in terms of lifespan and some of the other things. It's got the features our integrators need, like RS-232, the APIs to control it with different devices, as well as the reliability built in from the Jupiter history of the last 40 years of being really life and death kind of stuff. We back that up. We built that into our monitors just like we build it into our processors.
Great. Okay. And what about Zavis? Am I saying that right? Zavis?
You're saying Zavis, right. So the story behind Zavis is, everybody's looking for a brand, right? So we kicked around a lot of names, and Zavis came up because it means beautiful in Lithuanian. Okay. And we spent a little over 2 years grinding away at this thing to bring it to the market, and we'll see it in a little bit. But we think we developed the best looking direct view LED on the planet right now. It is a 0.7 flip chip COB product that has, more than 1,000 nits of brightness. It's driven by a product called Megapixel VR, which has 1 million features in terms of both reliability and management. And the visual quality is just stunning. And what we did here was we extended that 21:9 story, and we built a couple of SKUs, 3 SKUs, because it comes in a 0.7, a 0.9, and a 1.2 pixel pitch. So we have a 21:9 0.7 5K Zavis wall that we're going to see here in a minute.
Yeah, your breadth of product is really impressive. So what else can we see from Jupiter going forward?
Well, you're going to continue to see enhancements on our processor line, right? The processor's been our core. It's our history. It's where we built our roots and really built our best practices. It's an enhancement at this point, right? So better features, better interoperability, simpler UI, adding in more and more of the mobile piece because people are working more and more mobile as opposed to sitting at the desk. We're already working on our 4th generation Pana product, which I can't talk about, but it's coming, right?
Maybe next year,
Next year. We will talk about it next year, right? And that's kind of where we have to stay ahead. So we're already planning for the new stuff, even though Zavis Pana X will be out probably Q4.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's really continuing to drive and not slowing down. I mean, yes, we've changed the world, changed the market a little bit on how they view these kind of displays. But if we rest, we're going to get caught up by everybody else. So we have to keep going.
All right. Well, it'll be exciting to see what happens.
Thank you.
Where can dealers go to learn more about your products? Is there a website?
Sure. So if you're not already a customer, and you may very well be at this point,
right.
It's a really difficult website. It's Jupiter.com.
Okay, Jupiter.com. Everybody got that? Okay, well, thank you so much.
Perfect. Thank you.